or maybe a little bit longer. We're not really too sure yet, but yeah. Looks like we're going to be going ahead and getting into Sonido versus Xerzal here. Both players just making sure everything's all right. Surely their tags are on here by this point.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Yeah, so they should just be able to start it right up. Yep, and there it is.
All right, playing my favorite Min skin. I respect it. The bubblegum, cotton candy looking one.
I'm personally more of the black and red.
Oh yeah,
I think that looks so good on her.
Yeah.
But as far as I know, this is a pretty difficult matchup for Min. Because
Yeah, I would
obviously
imagine.
Sonic has the speed. He has the ability to approach from that sort of 45-degree angle that you want to approach Min from. So already we're seeing Sonido sort of try and get in and suffocate Xerzal. Not to much avail so far, but surely he'll be able to make use of that speed that the blur possesses. Going forward. And already, yeah, this big advantage state off stage. Spring for the Gimp, not quite. And now it's back to the ledge.
I think the biggest thing that Min Min's going to have to defend herself is going to be that Nair, but after the nerf where it got reduced kill power, I don't know if that's going to be enough. I feel like Sonic is just going to be able to run around her and kind of suffocate her, and so far that's what we're seeing so far.
In the words of Pink Fresh, why can't I have my Nair?
Yeah.
Definitely a change that did impact some of Min Min's viability, and we did see a lot of Min Min mains, start to say the character might not be too hot anymore, not able to do it, but so many of them came back and are doing just as well.
Yeah.
So far, Xerzal finding himself at a little bit of a deficit. Sonido going to be able to spin dash and just simply up B back.
I think with the Min Min arm that can go past the ledge, it's going to be a struggle for Sonic to get back just because his recovery is very vertical. If Xerzal can time that, that could lead to a stock pretty easily, but Sonic having multiple options with those spin dashes to get back to the stage as well. So he'll have options of going vertical and horizontal. He should have a pretty easy time getting around the edge guards that we're going to see from Min Min.
Yeah, I just think Sonic has a lot for the timing mix-up. You can stall out with those spin dashes. If you have another jump, that's just another resource. You can mix it up, go for that double jump, directional air dodge if needed, or even the up B directional air dodge at max range just to, again, mix up that timing. So Sonic definitely not lacking in ways to sort of maneuver around that, as you said. And so far, we're seeing pretty much just that. Sonido maneuvering around all of these options from Min Min very, very well. Xerzal actually looking ready to maybe lose the second stock here. No, but a misplay from Sonido, not quite spacing that forward air correctly, which would have been the stock.
Ooh, really nice weight on that air dodge.
And lingering back air actually beat Min Min down air there, just flat out. And yeah, that's actually going to be it for Xerzal there. 3 stocks to 1 right now in favor of Sonido. Things definitely looking pretty grim, but Xerzal is the reverse 3-0 king, not only in set count, but also in stock count.
Yeah, have to watch out for that kill throw at high percents. With having that, the long arms, it's going to be easier for Min Min to get those grabs as well. So have to watch out, especially near the ledge at kill percent. I feel like a lot of players like to stay in shield. They don't want to get hit with the kill move, but definitely have to watch out for that.
Yeah, neutral get up shield is definitely the good option, quote unquote, when you're trying to escape Min Min ledge and corner pressure. But when that grab comes out, which is the second longest grab in the game, I believe, behind Samus and Dark Samus, you can just let that kill throw rip, and oftentimes it happens so fast, some players won't even DI correctly for the reaction.
Yeah.
But obviously not a player like Sonido, that's just more of a tidbit.
Yeah, doing a really good job of timing getting back to the ledge. I don't think he's gotten hit once with the, I don't know what the name of the Min Min arm is, where it's the disc.
Ram.
No, because Ram Ram's the big ball, right?
No, that's Megawatt.
Oh, that's Megawatt.
Yeah,
okay, then yes, Ram.
I used to just call it Chakram, so I had
literally,
no idea
that's what
it's
it looks
called.
like. Yeah, the V Sword Fighter Chakrams.
Yeah.
Okay, trying to use the spring again, but ooh, getting. Yeah. Was that falling Nair?
I think it was weak Nair.
Yeah, Nair into back air.
And I believe Xerzal DI'd it in, which just popped him right up for that back air there. Pretty, Sonido taking that game 1 pretty handedly, I would say. Making this matchup look really tough, about as tough as I would have imagined, or as we would have imagined here. But there's always the counter picks. People love to leave Smashville open against Xerzal, so we'll have to see if that's maybe on the table. Smashville definitely the best stage likely in pretty much every matchup for Xerzal or Min Min in that case. But we'll have to see if it's on the table here. I think it could be pretty good for Sonic as well, obviously. Less space to sort of run away from Sonic. More oppressive gameplay. Would probably make things a little bit more volatile across the board, but we're actually just going to be running it back to PS2, it would seem.
Yeah, I really like how Sonido is getting a lot of mileage out of the homing attack, too. I feel like it's the perfect angle to kind of pop over the arms and just land straight on her at that 45-degree angle that you were talking about.
Yeah, her, what is it? homing attack does actually have pretty good hurtbox shifting, and Sonic tends to rise a little bit at the beginning of it. So with good spacing, with some sort of rehearsed setups, I think Sonido will definitely be able to, again, just maneuver around these huge hitboxes that Min Min has to offer.
Ooh, grabbing the wrong way.
But with the exception of that flub, Xerzal definitely making this look a little bit better here. Already 91% on the board and climbing, actually calling out the dash in there from Sonido with the grab and setting him up in the corner.
That's so much shield pressure. He managed to like get back on stage, and he faced the mix-up of getting that grab or trying to get hit, and so much shield pressure if Xerzal chooses to like try to hit his shield instead. But catching the jump there after the neutral get up as well, that's just a scary situation. You don't want to be at the ledge against Min Min, and so I think using like the high recovery to try to avoid that will definitely help him in the future.
Yeah, it just oftentimes feels like Min Min has solutions to every single problem you can present her with and in the corner, because that megawatt forward smash is so active and it will almost always cover the neutral get up timing with little, or I should say with great efficiency.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you also have Ram for the high angles if they decide to jump. It's really difficult, and you never want to find yourself there against Min Min. But so far, it seems like Sonido has been able to find himself nowhere but in the corner with the Dragon Laser coming out and taking that stock. Not early, but certainly a little earlier than we maybe would have expected.
Ooh, yeah, seeing a lot more grabs this game from Xerzal.
That is probably, I mean, by and large, not the least committal option that Xerzal has, definitely at the end of the day, but definitely one of the most effective when you're able to land it. If you're able to make a call on that spacing, and there it is, the megawatt forward smash, and the crowd goes wild.
Yeah.
Is that a 3-stock from Xerzal?
That was such a lingering hitbox too. I honestly don't know what you do about that, because I feel like you can't roll, and like right there, you see that he can kind of react to the jump too, especially with having the 2 arms. So like, if he catches you jumping and he misses with the first arm, I feel like he could get you with the second one.
Yeah, definitely. That's just like one of the bread and butter setups here.
Yeah.
If that forward smash lands, great. If it hits a shield, oftentimes, not even better, but that has Xerzal, or rather Min Min, just like foaming at the mouth, like ready, like looking for blood. So with some more arms to throw out, more pressure to be had.
I'm not sure how I feel about Town. I feel like it's going to give Xerzal a lot of room. And typically you want like the smaller stages so that you have like less room to run away from Sonic. But it didn't work out in the last game, so maybe this is the right call.
I think maybe because of the grabs and just because of the general space control, Sonido might be looking for just like a little bit more room to run around. Not so much to stall out, but rather just more room to like really get his options going. We're already seeing more spin dashes than the previous game, and it is always possible we could see a spin dash into reverse homing attack back air to just close a stock incredibly early on this stage. That is a pretty common setup, and it does not play around.
I feel like being underneath Min Min would be a really advantageous state as well. Being able to like wait for air dodges and use the up air consistently, but it doesn't really seem like Sonic has a lot of openings against Min Min that would pop her up in the air. Most of the things have been sending her off stage and then trying to get like spring setups like that. Oh, he's just gonna keep going.
And that just seems to checkmate the tether there. Good play from Sonido, because, as easy as something like that might look, sometimes, you'll crack under the pressure and you'll miss that checkmate edge guard. And even, sometimes you'll miss maybe a little bit of a stage tech there. Dying at 70% is Sonido there to one of the furthest back hits of Nair. Maybe he just wasn't expecting it to hit.
That is very unfortunate.
Good timing mix up there, using the spin dash again to sort of stall out the Ram.
That grabbed from there. The tether is like so impressive. The range on it is ridiculous.
Yeah, it has great, Min Min's tether has great vertical range, but that horizontal range is where it really loses its luster.
Yeah.
You can get hit by like a weak Roy forward air at 50%. If you don't have your jump, sometimes you're just done for if you're in the jump zone.
Yeah.
I've seen it many a times. For all the incredible Roys he's beaten, there's been a little bit of disconnect sometimes when it comes to the local Roys who've played him more and just know how to really gimp that recovery.
All right, this might be a dumb question, but I've never played Min Min. How do you switch between the different arms?
It's down B.
Down B?
I believe, if I have this correct, Min Min's left arm is always a dragon.
Okay.
And you can cycle between another dragon, Ram, and Megawatt in your right hand.
Nice. So I didn't know that you could have 2 dragons.
Yeah, it's not a very common setup, but I'm sure it does have its niche uses here and there.
Okay, I really like that, going low and staying close to the ground, avoiding the jump read.
And we're just seeing like a polar opposite game from the first, whereas in game 1, Sonido was just completely suffocating Xerzal. We're now seeing Xerzal almost do the same thing to Sonido, but from range, playing an incredible game of keep out, and also just finding these stocks to boot. That puts Xerzal 2-1 over Sonido, one of Georgia's finest. I believe number 5 in the state.
I think they're just going to run it back.
I think I saw the universal sign.
Yeah.
And that game could have been so different if that little mishap off stage had not occurred there.
Yeah, that stage spike was definitely the turning point. And I feel like Xerzal was just able to like ride that momentum for the rest of the game.
Definitely. It looked so difficult for Sonido to really find openings past that point. Because, you know, when something like that happens to you in game, you have a pretty sizable lead. You just fall behind all like that just in one moment. It can be really demoralizing. And here we see Sonido, it looks like trying to sort of recoup his mental, really pull himself together here ahead of what could be his last game in the winner's side of the bracket. Xerzal hyping himself up there a little bit, giving himself a little pep talk, maybe singing along to whatever he's listening to. I love the pre-game rituals. I love seeing how each individual player really gets themselves into it. Like, you got like the elegance of the world.
Oh yeah, you gotta shake it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of those back home in Cincy that do like IRL taunts. It's very funny.
That is hilarious.
Ooh, gonna see a tech chase on the platform. Able to get back down and throwing off stage, putting him back in.
Back throw laser gonna take that stock so early. That's like the day 1 Min.
That was such a reversal.
I'm pretty sure there are times where that is true if you DI in. However, that was not one of them. I think like Xerzal was just back throwing Sonido like, oh, look at me, I would never, and then just let it rip, like right when Sonido wasn't expecting it. But Sonido able to even it back up with a little bit of offstage shenanigans, just once again gimping that Min recovery.
Yeah, using that homing attack and approaching from that diagonal that we're talking about. Min can't really cover that super well. If she jumps first and then lands like using the second arm while she's landing, then she's able to cover it. But ooh, nice tech chase on the platform. But once she's already on the ground, there's not really much she can do to cover the angle that the homing attack is covering.
And Min does famously struggle with like having people, you know, landing on her or getting her landings caught, and so having a move like that at your disposal, homing attack that is just very effective in this matchup. But Sonido really looks like he appears to be warming up once again, able to find that tech chase, closing out the stock, and now holding a pretty sizable lead for the first time in about 2 or 3, you know, 2 games. It feels like 2 full games.
I really like how he's been using the back air to get back on stage. He like double jumps and then back airs her when she's at the ledge. Able to like reverse the situation and land safely back on stage so that he's not having to deal with the mix-up of like, do I neutral get up, do I jump? Because I feel like once you're in that position, it's very, very easily your stock.
Yeah, and I was just gearing up to sort of talk about how for all the trouble that Xerzal was giving Sonido in the corner, it now seems like Sonido is able to pay back some of that, making it really difficult for Xerzal to make it back to center stage. And here we have some more drag down forward air into jabs. Oh, I love that spin dash there. Great option coverage. Forward smash not quite going to do it yet, despite Town and City's infamous nature of being one of the slimmest stages in the game.
She's just dead.
Yeah, and that's just it, yeah. A little anticlimactic, but I'm sure Sonido will take it.
Yeah.
Just a couple springs there. Even things up once again, 2-2 here. With all of Alabama behind Xerzal, this is the moment where he has to prove that he really belongs here in this top 8, potentially in this, like, would he be guaranteed top 4 after this, I think?
Yes. Yeah. I feel like typically when I've watched Min, they're using Nair and up smash to get like people off of them, but I don't think we've seen up smash at all.
Yeah, and up smash is very strong. I know the they did not knock off, but they added on a couple frames to start up to it. But there was a time where that move really was considered potentially the best up smash in the game.
Oh, wow.
With the reflector on it for the added utility and just with the sheer like applicability, I guess you would say, to Min Min's game plan, because it really does nail that 45-degree angle. So if you know someone is going to try and approach you where you're at your weakest, you at least have that move to cover you sometimes. But it's like you said, we haven't really seen it, and I'm curious as to why. That could just be it. I think he caught Xerzal's jump like frame 1 with that spring. And it's just like the presence of mind of Sonido there to actually just drop off and go for another spring just to give Xerzal that much more trouble. Actually netting the stock
really
for
like
it too.
Jump. Yeah, because the what is the ball one again?
That is Megawatt.
Megawatt. The Megawatt on the neutral get up. It's just such a lingering hitbox that it feels like it's impossible to time that neutral get up. So he waited, saw that he was charging it, and then chose to jump instead rather than dealing with it.
Like, it's almost reminiscent of like Bowser Flame Breath at the ledge. Like there's not like you're gonna at least take some damage, but instead it's just like now I have this active hitbox that kills you in one hit.
Yeah, also kills you now.
And I'm charging it, so you'll die at like 60 if you neutral get up here, and it's just such an like huge threat that you have to respect. Again, just the corner pressure from Min Min is really, there's no way to quite overstate it.
I really liked how Xerzal was kind of dash dancing in the corner there for a second as well, threatening grab, making sure that Sonido doesn't feel comfortable just sitting there and shield, not throwing out like the hitboxes.
And that also does give you a lot of data as a competitor too, because you get to see how they're gonna, respond if you're making them nervous with the dash dance.
Yeah.
Maybe initiate a little bit of a scramble situation. You'll see what some of their panic habits are.
Exactly. He manages to roll in between the arms and knocking him off stage.
That raw back air, and Sonido looking for blood, but somehow that tether making it back, but to no avail. I believe the neutral getup was caught by Sonic forward tilt there, which is what. Wow, double back air coming out.
Yeah, up air, back air, back air. But that's the situation that I was talking about earlier, stringing those up airs together. Oh, no!
Oh, Sonido does not look happy about that one, but still has the lead, 48%, but that's really just one Min Min advantage state. Maybe not even one full Min Min advantage state when you do the math.
Okay.
Back air going to come out. Xerzal still, did not have access to the jump, and that is probably it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Xerzal losing the set there, just blowing his